Now we have some exercises about the present perfect tense that we have taken in the grammar last session. So here we have a question for you and you will see the answers. Rewrite the following sentences. The first sentence says, he has studied English for 3 years. I want you to join since. So what shall you do here? The first step, as I told you, you should divide the sentence into 3 parts. Subject, verb, object. Subject, he, verb, has studied, and object, English for 3 years. What is the tense of the sentence? Look at the verb. So the verb here has studied present perfect. So that's okay. I want you to join since. Do you remember I used the verb in the present perfect plus for or since in one sentence to talk about an action started in the past and is still going in the present. But the difference is, as I told you last time, after for, the period from the starting of the action in the past until now. So the period from the starting of the action until now is 3 years. This means the action has started 3 years ago. So the action has started in 2017. And this is the starting time of the action that will come after since. So the answer here, he has studied English since 2017. After for, the period from the starting in the past until now. After since, the time of the starting of the action only in the past. This is for the first point. For the second point, he came a short time ago. I want you to use just here. Before using the word, you should, as I told you, divide the sentence. What is the verb here? Came. Came is a past simple verb. So here I want you to use just. If you will use just, you will change the verb from past simple into present perfect and another thing. When you use a word, this word may take place a word in the sentence. So just will do 2 things in this sentence. Number 1, just will change the verb from past simple into present perfect. And the second thing, just will take place a short time ago. In fact, as I told you, a short time ago equals just in the meaning, but different in the tense. So here, the answer, he has just come. And the place of just is between the helping verb has or have and the verb in the past participle come. This is for the second point. For the third point, it's a question. Have you seen this film before? Before answering any question as choose or as a rewrite, look at the verb to know the tense. So here, how can you know the tense of this question? Look at the helping verb and the main verb. Helping verb have, main verb seen, so it's a present perfect. I want you to use ever, and it's so easy because you will only put ever between the subject and the past participle verb in this place. So here, have you ever seen this film? To ask about experience, as I told you last session. After this point, number 4, no, I have never visited Paris. In fact, it's an answer. I want you to use have. You are confused now. You tell me, mister, how can I use have here? Look at the first letter, it's a capital letter. So this means have is the first word of the sentence. But it's not a full stop sentence. It will be a question sentence because I can't start a full stop sentence with have. So I want you now to start a sentence with a helping verb. So it will be a question in the present perfect. So here, have you ever visited Paris? And as you see here, I have joined ever in this question. After that, number 5, I have never tried Chinese food. So here I want you to use before. In fact, as I told you last session, I have never tried Chinese food is a negative experience you didn't do in your life in the past. And also, I can use before in the same usage to talk about negative experience. But what shall I do? The first thing, you will make the verb change it from affirmative to negative. The second thing, before takes place never. But what is the place of before in the sentence? And the object, the last word of the sentence. So here, I haven't tried Chinese food before, the same meaning of I have never tried Chinese before. Negative experience for the first one, never, for the second one, before. After that, we have number 6. He went to Aswan last month. I wanted to use gone here. He told me, Mr. What is this? How can I do it? Gone is the past participle of went. So here you will think of the present perfect because I use the past participle in the present perfect. So here you change the verb went from past simple into present perfect. Here he has gone to Aswan. What happened after that? Last month. I have skipped the time. Number 6. He went to Aswan last month. Before answering the sentence, look at the verb. The verb here, went, is a past simple. And I want you to use gone. You tell me, Mister, how can I do it? I tell you it's so easy. Gone is the past participle of went. And let's think. I use the past participle to speak about a present perfect verb. So here I change went from past simple into has or have gone, present perfect. So here he has gone to Aswan. This is the answer. What will you realize here? I skipped the time because I told you last session in the grammar that the first usage of present perfect is to talk about an action started and finished in the past and the time is not mentioned. So in this case, you will skip the time. So number 7, he wrote a story yesterday. It's also a past simple sentence. And here I wanted to use written. So written is the past participle of wrote. So you will do the same. Here, he has written a story and skipped the time. Action started and finished in the past and the time is not mentioned. Number 8. Have you ever read this book? In fact, this question is a present perfect question to ask you about experience. You did it or you didn't do it in the past. I wanted to use he here, so you should know the formation of the question will. Have is a helping verb, you subject, and read is the verb, past participle verb. This book is object. I wanted to use he, so I can use he in this question as a subject. Subject takes a place subject, so I will skip you and write he, but I will skip have and write has. So has he ever read this book? After that, number 9. I studied the present perfect tense last year. So here it's a past simple. I wanted to use have studied. So it's so easy. You will change the verb from past simple into present perfect. So the answer is I have studied the present perfect tense and skip the time. For the third time I tell you, if you want to use present perfect, in this case, you will skip the time because you will make the time unknown, not mentioned. So here number 10. Sandy has just contacted me. So this sentence is a present perfect and the action here finished a short time ago. So here I wanted to use yet here. If you use yet, you will make the verb negative. As I told you here, Sandy hasn't contacted me yet, and yet will take place just. So I will skip just and write yet, the last word of the sentence. This means the action hasn't started until now. So Sandy hasn't contacted me yet. Here, when I used yet instead of just, I changed the meaning, but the tense is the same. So the meaning here is in number 10, Sandy has just contacted me. It's a present perfect, but the meaning is an action finished a short time ago. When I use yet, It's a present perfect, but the meaning will be an action that hasn't started until now. So here, Sandy hasn't contacted me yet. I hope you have understood everything we have explained today. See you next session. Bye.